I want to ask you a question now in the audience. Did Tucker Carlson prove me wrong on the Trump assassination? Let me explain what I mean. Back around Labor Day 2023, I did a video called Tucker Carlson Says Trump Will Soon Be Assassinated. Tucker made the prediction that Trump would be assassinated to prevent him from being president again. Here is what Tucker said at the time.
What do you think the future holds? Is it...
I don't know.
I mean, are they going to let Trump be president?
No, of course. I mean, look, if, they protested him, they called him names. He won anyway. They impeached him twice on ridiculous pretenses. They fabricated a lot about what happened on January 6th in order to impeach him again. It didn't work. He came back. Then they indicted him. It didn't work. He became more popular. Then they indicted him 3 more times. And every single time his popularity rose. So if you begin with criticism, then you go to protest, then you go to impeachment, now you go to indictment, and none of them work, what's next? I mean, graph it out, man. We're speeding toward assassination, obviously, and no one will say that, but I don't know how you can reach that conclusion. You know what I mean? Like, they have decided, permanent Washington, both parties have decided that there's something about Trump that's so threatening to them, they just can't have him. I mean, they're putting him on trial in March of next year in the J6 case, which basically consists of trying to send him to prison for the rest of his life for complaining about the last election. That's literally what it is. Again, if this were happening in Moldova, the State Department would issue an all-hands-on-deck order to let the world know this is not a legitimate government. And yet our government is doing it. It's like it's hard to overstate how bad this is. And I don't know where it's going, but there's a collision that's clearly imminent. And by the way, the president is senile in a way that's impossible to deny.
So listen, the problem here with Tucker's little story where he says, they tried to impeach and then they indicted and then they're going to try to kill the guy. The individual who tried to kill Trump was a pro-gun Republican and not in any way related to the whole machine that they claim tried to impeach and then indict and then steal the election or whatever the case may be. So at the time I said, Tucker knows Trump is not likely to be assassinated given the protection around him. The odds of Trump being assassinated are very low. Now, due to what appear to be some pretty grave security failures at the Butler, Pennsylvania rally, by an inch, Trump was not assassinated. I also said at the time, maybe someone will try to kill Trump from Tucker's audience, hearing him say it through the means we call stochastic terrorism. And Tucker might realize Trump could be more useful as a martyr to the cause, which happens to be what Alex Jones said just a few months ago. And we will talk about that a little later as well. So I got a few emails saying, David, you were wrong when you laughed off what Tucker Carlson said a year plus ago. You need to, or not quite a year ago, you need to apologize. Well, by an inch, I turned out to be right. They did try. They failed by about an inch. But in all honesty, was I wrong? Do I need to apologize? If so, for what? Let me know what you think. We will discuss the security failure aspect. We will discuss what comes next. And we will discuss those who believe actually that Trump as martyr would be better for their movement. A group of people that are increasingly displeased with Trump. That'll be after this short break. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube at youtube.com/The David Pakman Show.